Hello, my name is Andrew Katz. I'm a member of Varsity Drill, and I'm also part of the Drill Team Dynamics Coaching Network. And today I'm here to introduce a very basic level solo move, but it can also be utilized in team moves if utilized correctly. And the way the move goes is called the forearm stop, and I'm going to demonstrate it here just by doing a single. As you can see there, it's a very kind of basic move when it comes to solo drill, but it can be utilized in a team routine in a kind of advanced way if utilized correctly. So I'm going to break down the move in basically two portions, which is the actual stop portion and then utilizing the body and how to get it as sharp as possible. But essentially, all the prerequisites you need to know for this move is really only two, and that's going to be just the single spin. And then it's just like a single spin continuous. And so that's really all you need to learn this move, and so I'm going to jump right into it. So the main components is that when you're usually stopping with a single spin, you're usually going to grab it around the top as high as you can to make that stop as precise as possible. And with the forearm stop, it's a little different. So since you're using a bigger mass of your body instead of like something as small as your hand, you don't need to go as high to make that precise stop. You still can, but there's really no need to, and it doesn't really sell the effect too much if you're going all the way up here. And so the main thing is you want to aim for this, where the sling swivel is, right around this area to maximum the center of your upper handguard area. And that's just really depending on where you catch it. And as you go into higher areas, such as double forearm stops and triple forearm stops, that's when you could start going up to that higher area as you kind of spread your catch a little bit, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But really, what you want to be aiming for in that sweet spot is right here where that swing swivel is. So, and the main thing to keep in mind when you're going to catch it is how you position your arm. So instead of just kind of leaving your arm out there for dry, for it to catch, to make that nice pop with the forearm stop, since you're not using your hand, you're not going to grip it, and you don't have as much control. You're just kind of sticking your arm up, and depending on how strong you are with your arm, that's going to determine how precise it is. But here's a little tips to help you with that. So one, the bigger the arm, the better the stop. So if you're interested in doing this move really precise, recommendation is to really work on continuouses with your right arm to really get that to a better stop. And it's really only to get play into effect when you go to higher forearm stops. But for the single, your arm should do it right now. But the main thing, and this is probably the key to having a good, solid forearm stop, is the way you position your hand. So if you were to flex your hand outwards as I were to stop the rifle, your muscle right here is going to kind of fluctuate the other way into a flatter kind of surface area with your arm, with your forearm. And so that's not really what you want. You kind of want a cushion for it to catch on, and kind of a solid place for the rifle to make connection with. So if you were to flex your arm this way, a bigger muscle is going to pop up and going to better catch that forearm stop. So when you make contact, you want to kind of slightly turn in just a bit, just so you could get that nice, firm forearm stop. So that's like the main components when it comes to actual fluctuation of the arm. And so another thing with the forearm stop is if you have a single spin down, it's very going to be very similar to the rest as you go higher. But the main thing with the height is this left arm is going to play a big role into how the rest of your arm is going to impact it. And obviously, if you couldn't tell already, this will take some getting used to at first if you are going to progressively get higher. And the main suggestion on that is just start with the single, then go to the double, then go to the triple. And if you're going anything higher than a quad, I don't think you need my help with that. So, but that's just the main things to keep in mind, is that you are going to have to get some pain getting used to, just like with any other move, like behind the back or the back ninja, to kind of get used to that sharpness with your move. So, but the main thing to keep in mind is, depending on which area your forearm stops on the upper area of the rifle, your left hand's going to have to take an impact somewhere. So if your right hand is all the way up here, and your left hand's going to have to fluctuate where the balance point's going to be in proportion to this. That way it doesn't get all top-heavy or maybe nothing at all where it's this awkward movement like this. So you are going to have to fluctuate your left arm to take a little bit of the impact as well. So that's kind of the trick, is that most people think your forearm's taking most of the hit, but your left arm's actually taking a lot because that momentum's transferring to the left arm instead of, when you do a single spin, it's just kind of, you're both taking a hit. But with this one, your forearm's going to take a hit, but the momentum from the bottom, which is the heaviest part of the rifle, is also going to take a hit. So those are the main things to keep in mind when you're going mostly for higher aerials. But if you're also speeding up your single continuouses with the forearm stop, then that's going to obviously play an effect on where you catch with the bottom part. So again, with the pins and the body movement, good posture is always good. But main thing is just with the pins, don't hesitate to, kind of linger the hand up. The best way to sell this effect is you want it to just pop. Just out of nowhere, you just single span continuous, then you just go. It's kind of a bad example, but you just want it to pop out of nowhere. And so that's the main things to sell with this move, is just to have a nice sharp pop. And so that's really all this move entails. This could be good for team routines, and I use it in a lot of my solo routines. It shows that it's a nice change in variety from what a judge is typically going to see, and if you could up it by the aerial count, then that's going to get you some major points. So that about concludes my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and happy drilling and drill hard.